All right, all right, all right. We're gonna learn today. So today's a fun one. Um, no notes, just vibes. um, Today I want to talk about how nothing is a coincidence. Like absolutely nothing is a coincidence. And that as soon as I understood that and I realized that I'm not crazy for seeing patterns, for having pattern recognition, for thinking everything is about me, because it really is. It's my life, everything is about me. As soon as I started being free in that and being happy in that notion, it made life so much easier because then I wasn't resisting what was natural. I was leaning into it. So I've said this before in previous videos that in terms of my spirit, my spirit has its own family, right? Besides the family that I have here in human form, I have a spirit family. And our spirit family has numbers. We identify each other with numbers. You kind of embody this number. I think it's also what ends up helping you find yourself when you're here or wherever else we go, because we definitely do this over different planets, over different centuries. Um, yeah, that's why we took so much time to get here. We were busy doing the same thing somewhere else. Sorry. um, but I'm not laughing because it's been funny. Obviously, we come here, we see that things are completely not what was designed, completely not what we were hoping for, because we left everything. We left this world with everything it needed. Mother Nature was a cycle, and people knew initially, why they were here, what they were doing, um, because that was instinct. That was the sixth sense, the sense that they don't let us ever test. Instead, they make it some mystical, oh, the sixth sense is knowing things about, a different plane in the world, or it's knowing about ghosts, or it's the third eye. All of these things are the same thing, which is instinct. It's something that is in you, something you can't explain. It's it's just something that makes you do things. It brings you thought processes. You end up going to a place you don't really realize why you were driving there. That is all instinct. So when I say nothing is a coincidence, what helps us, I guess, be able to decipher the knowledge and the wisdom of instinct, what helps us do that is coincidences. That's why I don't believe in coincidences, because nothing is a coincidence. Everything is for you. Everything is a message. So, leading into my spirit siblings. So, four is Beyonce. And like I said, and I've said this before, this is my diary. We can laugh about it. It sounds crazy. Yes, it has sounded crazy in my head for the past 30 years. And not having anyone to talk about it with has been lonely. So you can just imagine how, have compassion. Imagine having this knowledge, being separated from your siblings, being in a foreign country, um, you know, be feeling alone growing up because of the family that I was brought into, that unfortunately that was the circumstance I had to be in, because I had to realize who I was and remember everything. And if I had too much love and affection, I may have gotten distracted. How sad, right? I had a sad, traumatic life because it was for me. That is what I'm hoping everybody learns from this. Nobody says that it had to be that. It didn't have to be that much trauma. Um, you know, but at the same time, I can't I don't want to live in the pain of it anymore. So I choose not to let it affect me. So, anyways, Beyonce is four, I am five, right? Kendrick Lamar is six. When I said that this year is harvest season for the big three, I was not playing. I was not playing. It is harvest season. We are winning. And that leads me to the first bit of winning already this year. I mean, Kendrick got 5 Grammys, Beyonce got three. Five is my number, three is my mother's number, right? And what is funny about Beyonce's three and, her Album of the Year award, she has been snubbed 4 times. Four is her favorite number, and that is her number, right? Walk with me, follow me, okay? So four is her number, right? On the fifth time, she got Album of the Year. Five is my number. Kendrick Lamar won 5 awards. Five is my number. Beyonce won 3 Grammy Awards. Three is our mother's number. And it's the big three this year. It's all about us. My mother is a poet. She is every form of writer you can think of, because what? You know, having insight on the in the background, it's almost like I'm in the behind the scenes of a movie. Like I'm living the behind the scenes of a movie, and I've signed an NDA. I can't tell anyone about it. I'm seeing all this magic, and no one's gonna believe me. Except I didn't sign an NDA because this is my world. So I can talk and tell everyone about this, because that is exactly what my job is. I'm here to talk and rant and tell everyone about everything. And it's my year. If you put together, it's so crazy. If you put together 2025, it's nine, right? And my mission is nine. And the year I woke up and remembered my mission and everything was on the ninth year. And there's a five. It just so happens that how you add it up, there's a five there. It's 25. Uh, the magic is crazy. The magic, if you don't believe in the magic, it sounds crazy. But those who believe in the magic, oh my gosh, we are having a time. Literally, when Beyonce was like, oh my God, we get surprised all the time still. Hmm. Even when you're behind the curtain and you know that, things are good, like that you're going to be good, no matter how much our mother has a way of still surprising you, still gifting you, still making you feel loved, still making you feel seen. Um, because it's all for you. It's just a different timing. Like, once you realize that things are not ever going to work on your time and you let go of that notion, everything else gets easier, because you just realize, oh, it's just not going to come right now. And then you keep going, you keep doing something else. Like, the same as if you were at a restaurant and you're sitting there, um, and then you make your order of food, and then, you're talking to whoever you're with while you wait for your food. It would be weird to just sit there and then just be quiet and say, okay, I'm just going to stand here and wait for the food, even though we could just be sitting, relaxing, having a drink, continuing with life. And when food comes, food comes. That's great. The people who are usually having the best time don't realize when the food comes. They're not keeping track of the time. The people who are not having such a fun time are the people who will be like, what's taking so long? The steak should take 5 minutes. Da, 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 da. Those people are not having a good time. And use that analogy with life. The people who are impatient about what they want, who either don't believe in God, or if they do, they think everything must happen in their time, are not having a good time at the restaurants. But the people who are continuing, enjoying the journey, be like, the point of being here is to spend time. The food is secondary, it's a bonus. The goal is secondary, it's the bonus. The award is secondary, it's a bonus. The work was what gives them life. That is why the big three are the big three, because we are so unique. Like, I just wish everyone can just listen to us and start living in our image, because if you live in our image, trust me, you'll see heaven. You will see heaven. And the reason why we rattle your spirit is because we're meant to. Don't avoid us. Lean into it. We are all saying very important things right now. Like these current projects that we're all on, we're all speaking. We all vessels of our mothers, of our mother, basically. Sorry. We're all vessels of our mother. And we're currently creating. We're all creating. We're all saying the same thing in different ways, because Beyonce is love, I am judgment, Kendrick is rage. So we are telling you in the way in which we all have been designed, and we are teaching in the way in which we are best at. I am best at talking. I can talk you into a corner. Trust me. So that's why I'm here talking. And Beyonce can dance, oh, and sing. She can dance and sing you into a corner. And Kendrick, wow, what can Kendrick do? Besides the fact that he's technically a giant as a spirit, he's actually the tallest and biggest of all the angels. But besides that, he he can rage you into a corner. He can literally just, you know, if you're playing a game of chicken with Kendrick, you're not gonna win because he's not gonna flinch. So I think that is his best. His you know his best talent, and that's what we're all doing. We're all coming and communicating in the way we know best. The big three. Nothing is a coincidence, guys. Like nothing is a coincidence. Like Kendrick is a Gemini. I am a Virgo. Beyonce is a Virgo. Gemini has two faces, and we are twins. Like there are so many correlations. There are so many. Like I could sit here all day giving conspiracy theory. I was watching Kiki Palmer actually earlier, and one of the topics that episode specifically was, what is your, what is your conspiracy theory that you believe? The one I'm talking about right now. That's the let me try again. That is the conspiracy theory I believe in. It is so funny because, I just get to laugh about the stuff and be like, go on social media and just laugh. And, obviously, as I'm posting now and tagging my siblings, it looks weird to people, like, what the hell, dude? Like, you're being weird, and it's fine. Like it's okay. Like I don't need to be seen by anyone but my siblings at some point, because I know we're going to meet, and then it's gonna be like, it's gonna look like I was crazy. It looks like I'm crazy now because it hasn't happened yet, but I know it's going to, because I know. I just have this deep knowing, and I can't explain it to anyone. You know, my mom and I were making it rain today just for vibes, because I just felt like I needed a pick me up, and I was outside stomping feet, making it rain. So I'm just really certain in the knowing, because there's been so much evidence literally in my face my whole life. It feels so good to be seen. Like to see myself, to see, my siblings, and to then hope that, my family on earth, can see me and we can see each other and they can join the journey, because, I do want the best for them. I do want them to, get to a level of healing that I am at, you know. And when they said Jesus Christ is going to heal the world, they did not mean literally. I think everything has been taken so literal. Meanwhile, angels are very poetic. they're very creative creatures. They speak in metaphors, and they create movies like, creating creatures like vampires, werewolves, to describe the same thing. Um, you know, Supernatural is actually a story about, that even within Supernatural there is a prophet who speaks on, you know the supernatural guys. And what's funny about Supernatural is that it's just been a random series that I've always liked, that I've always watched. I mean, I remember there was a time when I was in varsity, I watched it with my aunt. Like, she had come to watch one episode, ne? Like, it was one of those situations where she had come over from Canada, and she came to my room, and then I was watching Supernatural, and she's like, okay, and she watched one episode. Did we not spend the whole day binge watching Supernatural on my laptop? And yeah, it was actually really nice. That's such a fun memory. um but Supernatural is actually kind of a story about myself, because I woke up in this vessel, and had to, just like the angel in the Supernatural, had to kind of learn how to be, and, you know merge my human self and the current self, and the spirit self, rather. So that movie gave me the tools to know what was going on when the awakening was happening, because when I was rising, yo, I was alone. I didn't know what was going on. I was transforming like a vampire. Like, okay, not like a vampire, more like a werewolf. Because I was shedding skin, shedding hair, literally. Like, my skin is glistening now. It's the softest it's ever been. My hair is the strongest it's ever been. I can feel it. Um, and yeah, I'm the fittest I've ever been. I'm finally at my normal weight. It literally took 2 weeks for me to get to my normal weight. I gained 7 kgs. How do you explain that? How do you explain that? I was just as we were doing these videos, like literally a video I shot 2 weeks ago. My arms were smaller than now. Like, at some point, I remember when I could put my hand here, my hand could literally almost go all the way around. That's how skinny I was, because of, shedding everything that I needed to shed. But now that I'm in a good place, I've gained back the weight I needed to gain back. So it's not to say that I'm here to heal the world. I'm here to heal myself and teach people how to heal themselves. So God has never wanted her children to have labor, to serve anyone. And if I was here to just heal people, then I would be serving you, when that's not the case. You're meant to be serving us. You're meant to be serving me and my siblings, because we've done the work. We've done the hard work that no everyone is so scared to do. So we deserve it all now. Like, we deserve everything. And if it makes anyone uncomfortable, it's because they haven't worked. They just want to be on the receiving side. That is exactly why there's so much issue, or so many issues in the world right now, is because everyone thinks things must just fall on their lap. They must just receive, 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 without doing the hard work. Getting to know yourself and seeing yourself and meeting yourself is hard work. It is not easy. Some people do it by going to, um, a monk place, think like a monk, the way that Jay did it. Some people will go to a silent retreat. Some people will go to therapy. Some people will self isolate, like myself, and do all the things that they can. Um, but there is no reward without work. You can't just get, you can't just receive without giving. Life is a give and take. Nature is a give and take. So if you're not giving and you're just taking, you're depleting, and eventually, at some point, things will go lopsided for you. So yeah, um, so because of that, I was never meant to heal people individually. No, I was meant to show you how to heal. And because if, let's say, for example, you have a sick child and you want to come to me to try and get this child healed, what I would say to you is, first of all, I can tell that you do not have a relationship with God, because you would not have come to me for this. You would have gone to God, Mother, as I like to call her. Because if you have a stronger relationship with God, you'd realize that what is happening around you is happening for you. And if your kid does not pass, if your kid passes on, their time here has been spent. There is nothing more you can do, there's nothing more I can do, because they were meant to maybe shake your spirit, show you the deepest grief that you'll ever feel, so that you can live the best life you will ever live. I say that because I know I went through every form of abuse, every form of guilt and grief, sorry, grief, and I went through the deepest form of pain. And in that, I realized why I was going through that. So if you come sick, wanting to be healed, you bring a kid wanting to be healed, it's all going to be the same answer. You have to do the work to heal. I will not be doing the work to heal anybody. I can tell you what it is to do, as in, like, you need to figure out who you are, have a relationship with God, and have a purpose. The sooner you do that, the less catastrophic your life is. The more catastrophic your life is, the more it's meant to shake your spirit. It is a message. Listen, what are you meant to learn from this? That's what you must say when you're in the prison four walls. The prison four walls are meant to be a time to pause and think and say, what am I meant to learn from this? You're not meant to live in pain, live in suffering, live in fear, or fear death. Those four things were never meant to be a crutch, a shackle, an ironclad, you know, an iron bar. No, those things were meant to be tools to teach you, to get you to the next place that you need to go, so that you can be the person that you're meant to be. Nothing is a coincidence. It's all here. Everything that you need to learn, everything that you need to know, everything that you're trying to go to other people for, it's right here. It's within you. How you heal yourself, how you heal people. You try so hard, you go to doctors, you read books, you do all the things, but you neglect figuring things out here. This is where it's at. This is where you start. Anywhere and everything else is a bonus. It's for you. So, on that note, the big three have figured out the things that I've said. And like my brother Kendrick said, they are not like us. He was not talking about anything other than the big three. We know, because tell me, okay, if we're not siblings, tell me this: why is it that Beyonce, from the current projects, from Black is King to the current project, Kendrick Lamar has been on every album, even Jay, Jay Z, even Jay is not on all of them. Kendrick Lamar on Black is King was the Nile. Um, Kendrick Lamar on Homecoming, or the Lemonade album, that was basically a freedom. And Kendrick Lamar on Renaissance, that was America Has a Problem remix. Kendrick Lamar on Cowboy Carter. Okay, that's the only one that didn't have Kendrick Lamar, but it didn't need to. Yeah, that's the only one that didn't have Kendrick Lamar. Oh, but it's all in a cycle of what? Three. Our mother's a joke. She's funny. Because remember I said Beyonce is currently doing a play from Black is King, how Homecoming, then it's Act one was Renaissance, Act two was Cowboy Carter. And Kendrick is also going to be on tour this year. So I wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing something together and then I'm going to be there to watch and be there. Oh, fuck. I can't wait for the big three to reunite, guys. Like, you don't understand. I'm so excited. I'm like so excited and I can't wait for the big three to unite, to reunite. Yeah, guys, uh, you guys are about to be sick of us. Sick, sick, I tell you, because we're gonna be everywhere. Uh, when they say God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, that's true. That is so true because I had the toughest of lives because why? I literally am God's strongest soldier. I am. When people look at my life and say, how did you not kill yourself? How did you, you know, um, like make it out? Like, how did you make it out of this? Like, so many people would have either been a drug addict or have committed suicide. And that's the truth. I forgot to say trigger warning, but we're here now. My whole life is a trigger warning. This whole diary is a trigger warning. So that's that. So yeah, so for me, I just had to get through it in order to recognize how strong I truly am. And that is literally the meaning of life. Get through the pain so that you can get to know yourself, meet yourself, and literally see heaven. Heaven is right here, hell is right here, and you choose which one you want to be in, the prison four walls or life's four walls. You can't have an in between. You can't have an in between. It's either you're choosing pain, suffering, fear, and death, or you're choosing joy, mission, vocation, and profession. Only one of these are an environment that breeds happiness. The other breeds sadness. And imagine leaving this earth. Imagine leaving this earth, having never truly, you know, spend time with yourself. Imagine leaving this earth and finding out after you die the life you could have had if you had just done the work. If you just answered the two questions that I'm always asking: who are you and what's your purpose? Imagine they play your the life that you led, and then they play the life you could have had. Imagine, and you see Guti, you were a millionaire, you were creating, you were doing things, you were, hey, I know I would be sad. Imagine. I realized Guti, imagine they were gonna play my video of what life I could have had. And then and they showed me Guti, Beyonce and Kendrick were my siblings, and we were gonna go on tour together for life, enjoy living life, enjoying. And then there I am. No, that didn't happen. I was stressed because of my 9 to 5. I ended up getting a kid, living a life of unfulfillment because I don't want children. I would be so sad. That would be heartbreaking. That would be heartbreaking. But I'm so glad I don't have to think about that because I'm living the life I should be living. I'm living in my truth. And if it makes anyone else uncomfortable, that is literally my job. I am judgment. I'm judging you guys. Every day I'm judging you. Because that's actually, you guys have been doing my job. Thank you. I'm here to take over now. Thanks. How about you just do your job, which is answer the two questions? That's it. Maybe after you've answered these questions, then you can try again for my job. Okay? But Jay, just try here. Let's start there because at least I've done that. So if I can do that, then you can do that. It's simple. I didn't say it's not going to be hard. I said it's simple in the sense that it's simple to understand, but having to do it is a whole nother story. Trust me, it's not easy. You need to be willing to lose everything and everyone in order to be true to yourself because you really did come on this earth alone. Everything else is genuinely a bonus. And it's amazing bonuses having, a child, or having family, having people you care about. That is definitely what life is about. But don't get it twisted. You are a being who's here and has a journey. Don't get distracted by the day-to-day runnings of things and forget who you are meant to be. That's the coincidence. So that's why I don't believe in him, because everything's connected. Nothing is a coincidence. So, anyways, now that I've articulated that, I'm hungry. So, as always, thank you for interrupting your life by watching my diary. I hope you got everything that you needed, and wishing you love and light.
Because why would the American Heart Association say that Not Like Us is the right tempo for hands on CPR? Wait. Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, has 100 beats per minute. The right tempo for hands only CPR. And then they had the nerve to caption it mustard on a beat, and it could help you save a life with hands only CPR. Nah, the internet is bugging. Y'all are bugging on this man. Y'all about to give him a heart attack. And y'all gonna be saying, they not like us. They not like us. Trying to resuscitate. Nah, mustard on the beat is crazy. It's crazy. Take the whole city against me. Every time I'm in the street, I hear man down. Where you from? Where you from? Where your grandma stay? I'm like, this is the city life. All's my life I has to fight. All's my life I. Hard times like bad trips like Nazareth. I'm on one, you on one. God got us. We gon' be all right. Oh, we gon' be all right. I say it's a perfect example of what I mean by, like, you have to be able to get through a certain threshold in your mind in order to see certain levels of success. Because if you stay beneath the surface, you're gonna always walk around on eggshells, and you're gonna always be looking for acceptance. You're gonna always be looking for validation. You're gonna always be questioning, did I make the right decision? Did I do this? Something happens in your mind and in your environment once you pass the threshold of fear, and to a point where it's like, I can live out loud, I can think my thoughts, people don't have to agree with me, I'm cool on that. Do you not know how crazy that gotta feel as a black woman to be dropping country records and be in a room full of people who gonna pretend like they support you, but deep down inside, like, I know with some side conversations. I know you gonna hug my neck and tell me congratulations, but I know you don't mean it. And she showed up anyway. That is a woman who has surpassed the threshold of fear. That's where we need to get to. Y'all, everybody. We gotta get to a point where we are okay with being seen, okay? A lot of the people that hate celebrities the most are the main ones that want everybody to know who they are. So it's really, that's why it's like, pay attention to how people feel about celebrities, because it truly will give you just enough peeking behind the curtain of their mind, because them be the ones that want people to see them the most. Celebrities are people who have in their minds been able to step outside that threshold of fear, because it's a certain level of assurance that they have of themselves. Regular people can do this as well. It's not just limited to celebrities. Like, regular people can do this as well. You have to get to a place where you're not only okay with being seen, and I'm mostly talking to myself, truthfully. I'm mostly talking to myself. But since we all here, you got to get to a place of being seen in your full capacity. So it comes with a level of radical self-acceptance. Like, I remember when I wasn't walking in my truth, it kind of made me hesitant to what people will say. But the opposite happens too. Once you do walk into your truth, you still be a little bit apprehensive about what people think. So you really have to tear all of that down. Like, once you decide that you no longer care what people think, people includes the people that you love too. It includes everybody. It includes your friends. It includes your family. It includes your favorite teacher. It includes everyone. Like, it's all of it gotta go. You don't just say, like, I'm not gonna care what they think, but then I'm gonna care what they think a little bit. It's like, no, you have to uproot all of it and start fresh. And you have to be okay with standing 10 toes on what's important to you. So many people can't do that. That is an act of bravery and rebellion in itself, because so many people, in order for them to think this or believe that, they need other people to do it too.